Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to the channel for more Destiny 2 news and intel. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of solo raid loot farming by using a glitch to get into the Garden of Salvation raid. I have talked about this many times in the past, but because this raid did receive an update, and now the secret chests all drop possible red border weapons, it's way better for solo players to do this every single week. And because tomorrow is reset, if you haven't done this yet, you could actually do this right now on all 3 characters. So that's 6 chests total, and then jump into the game tomorrow and get another 6 chests after the reset. So I thought this would just be a good time to let everybody know about this if you haven't heard anything about it already, but also just give a brief reminder for those who do know about this glitch. Maybe you've been using it for a long time, as I have, to get just the armor from Garden of Salvation. But I thought it's always a good time to remind everybody when red border weapons are available. And if you haven't played at all this week, remember tomorrow, as I said, is reset, so everything will be refreshed. This will not be the featured raid, though it doesn't really matter, as even when it is the featured raid, the secret chests are only able to be looted once per character. So if you have 3 characters, you can get 2 raid chests, 2 secret raid chests every single week on each. So as I said, 6 total. And if you do this now, you'll be able to get 12 in the next 24 hours. So that does actually help with your RNG if you are looking for any particular red border weapons. So I just wanted to show everybody the route that I take once again, and maybe fill in a few gaps in intel that I've talked about in the past when it comes to this particular glitch, as I do get questions every single time I do upload something talking about this particular glitch. Specifically right here, as you can see, I use a sword to swing through what is a turnback barrier. You don't need a sword there. You just need to land on the right place. And to do that properly, I would suggest jumping up from the ledge directly below the ledge that has the turnback barrier and just trying to land slightly further onto that upper ledge. That'll help you quite a bit. A sword does help a lot, but as I said, not needed. For this area, hopefully you can just kill yourself right as you hit the load zone to actually trigger the undergrowth. But if you can't, make sure you get the undergrowth checkpoint or load zone to appear on your screen, and then use Salvation's Grip to block your spawn point. That'll let you spawn into the undergrowth fairly easily, as you saw me do. That was my first try. It's pretty easy to block your spawn point. Just make sure you hold down Salvation's Grip, and usually I set up a crystal right where I'm standing. Also make sure that you stand at the bottom when you do land down there for at least a few seconds, just to establish that there is a spawn point in that location versus up on top, because you do want to be able to spot the spawn point specifically down on that end. Here's your first secret chest. I was able to get, I believe, the fusion rifle, which is, I think, the thing everybody really wants from this raid. Seems to be pretty meta at the moment. And then I like to take this route, but I'm using a warlock, which makes this whole bit a lot easier. You don't necessarily have to take that way, but if you have a way of sword flying around, if you're on a Titan, I think hunters might have to take the slightly longer route, but you can get through that area pretty quick. And then to get the second secret chest, it's a little bit more complicated, but I'm going to walk you through a couple of the different methods you can do. There's sort of an expedient way and a slower, more methodical way. I personally tend to go with the slightly more methodical way, as it's just a bit easier once you get the hang of it. There's also less of a chance that you'll get stuck where we're going to be. The other way, if you can get it down to a science, or if you're really fast, will be a lot quicker and certainly a lot cooler to look at, but we'll cover both. Once you get to this point, you'll see this big tower to my right. You're going to use that tower to climb up for the second method, the slower, more methodical one. But for the quicker method, you can just use strand grapple. And I would suggest bringing a rocket launcher with a slow velocity. In this case, I was using the Galahorn, which isn't that slow, but was slow enough. There are ones that you can find that are quite a bit slower, but you're just going to grapple onto the rocket and then land up top here. There is a turnback barrier there as well up on top, but it's not about being in a specific spot on the landing. It's about being above the turnback barrier. So you're going to have to jump up higher to get above it. Or you can just move directly to the very ledge, and you should be able to establish a spawn point up there when getting through the next area, which can be also a little tricky. As I said, there is a turnback barrier you kind of need to stay above. But if you're going the slower method, as you can see, I use the tower from the ground to jump up to these first two areas, and then I'm going to use Salvation's Grip to climb up to the top. Now, in that first shot, just wanted to illustrate that you never want to shoot too high up. I would always aim a little bit lower than you think you're going to need to, but you can actually jump on multiple stasis crystals on the way up if you're using the Salvation's Grip. Should only take about 4 shots max once you get it down, as I said, to a science. And then once you do land up on top, you are going to want to establish a spawn point first, just so that you don't have to worry about dying and spawning at the bottom. Once you're up on top, just wait here for about 5 seconds. That will establish the spawn point. And then if you die trying to traverse up across this area, where you'll see there is a turnback barrier if I get too low, but I can stay above it, you will just only spawn back on the top of the ledge, which is really the toughest spot. When you get here, you want to make sure that you make it through the turnback barrier as quickly as possible. So you don't have to do what I did in this case, but if you just drop from the very top, try to give yourself as much time as possible by being up as high as you can before you drop down, and then just make the drop fast. Then it's a pretty straightforward process right to the second secret chest. This is also, I think, a way to possibly establish a spawn point or to get a checkpoint for later on in this raid if you're just looking to get to the boss. Maybe you're trying to get Divinity. Of course, you will need a raid team or have done the preamble quest to get Divinity, so this isn't a way of just specifically getting that, but it can be a way to maybe solo certain aspects of that quest up to the point where you actually need to do the raid. For this area, you can jump all the way around to the side, or you can just jump on these little seesaw things. And if you stand directly on the top ledge, it will sort of rotate underneath your feet and you won't ever slide down, so you can use it to just go right up to the top. That's more of a tip for newer players or maybe people who haven't done this particular glitch in a while, but it's certainly the thing that I use. And then when you do get up to the top, there'll be 2 tunnels. One, I'll show you both. The right one is the one that will lead you to the next part of the raid. The left one will be the one where the secret chest is in. So I'll actually go into the right one first here. Just show you a couple of the next steps if that is something you were going to do, if you were going to be just trying to establish maybe a checkpoint for the raid. You can see there the 2 tunnels. The left one has the secret chest. We're going to the right one just as an example. Make your way up on the lily pads if this is where you're headed. Then we'll head back out to the left tunnel. Make your way up this way, and you'll be able to get that second secret chest fairly easily. And that's going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things I just mentioned also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. We do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. When and if we reach 100,000 subscribers on the channel, we'll be giving away an Xbox or a PlayStation or a video card if you play on PC. Almost 80% of the people who watch this channel are actually not subscribed, so anybody new that feels as though they would like to subscribe, I really do appreciate it. It helps out a whole lot. So thank you all so much for being here. You can also leave a comment down below if there's any questions you might have. We'll give you another entry into the next giveaway for this video, or you can leave a hashtag the final shape, or a hashtag Revenant, or a hashtag Garden of Salvation in the comment section for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Remember, I do a secret hashtag on all videos, so if you haven't done it on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course do it again. And once more, I'm Wilhelm Scream. Hopefully everybody has a great day, and you can get yourself some free raid loot as a solo player. And of course, we will see you next time. Little